Good morning, guys. Today I want to remind you that the energy you surround yourself with is really, really important. There was not an incident, but this little blip on the radar when we were in Exuma last week. And long story short is that people wanted these lounge chairs that we had already put our stuff on and whatever happened. And they were pretty rude about it. And even though we had half the lounge chairs that we thought we had, I was like, I don't want to sit next to these people because the energy that they just brought to the situation was so negative that I don't want their energy surrounding me. I don't want to witness them being rude to servers, and I don't want to witness them do shit because I will not be able to hold my tongue. So long story short is that they ended up moving, so we ended up getting to stay. But point being is that I am so hyper aware of the energy that I'm around all the time because I cannot freaking stand how much, I don't know if it's being an empath or what, but it permeates me. I can feel it. And another example. I used to be a diehard news person. I listened to news podcasts. I all day long was on news channels. That's all I watched. I was obsessed. News all the time. Pandemic hits, obviously everyone secluded, isolation, all this stuff, depression in general should have occurred, but I was also watching the news and I was just feeling so down and all this negative energy and all fear-filled energy. And I remember talking to my therapist and she was like, why don't you just try not watching any news for one day and see how you feel, 2 days, see how you feel, and just see if you can do a month of not watching the news. Because I feel that's kind of affecting your mood. So I do that. I have not watched the news since then. Since the pandemic hit, basically 2 months into it, have not watched the news. If it's on, I don't want to be around it. I have realized that even just watching certain things permeates my being and my mental health and how I am. And obviously the news is all bad shit anyways. It's awful and terrible what's happening in the world. It's not that I'm not ignorant to all of it. It's just that the constant infiltration into my brain of how awful it is really fucks with my head. And my point being is that pay attention to the energy around, whether or not it's one friend for a little bit. If somebody doesn't have core values like you, if they're not for me, integrity, number one core value. If I have friends that aren't integral and if they're saying one thing, doing another, etc., I don't want to be a part of it. I don't really want to surround myself with people like that. I want to surround myself with people who are motivated, go-getters. They're doing things in the world. They're making their 24-hour day is just filled with, tackling shit and resting. It's not hustle culture all the time, obviously, but I just feel I want to be surrounded by people that make me motivated, that make me want to climb the evolution scale. And so if you are surrounding yourself with people who aren't necessarily doing that, if you guys are all totally, the friends and the people in your life that make you want to be lazy and fuck around, we all know those people. And it's okay to do once in a while, but just pay attention to where you're putting your energy, where your energy is around you, what kind of energy they're carrying, because that's what helps with the fucking peace of mind. And the peace of mind is the ultimate goal. That's what we're all going for, peace of mind. So pay attention to that. I hope you guys have an awesome Monday.